Okay, so today we're talking about 5.3. We're talking about still solving these systems. And today we're going to use elimination. So remember all the different ways. What we're doing is we are taking this two lines, right? Systems of linear equations. We're taking two lines and we're saying the solution is where they meet, right? So where they meet this ordered pair. So no matter what, I have to have it as an ordered pair. So I need an X and a Y, okay? So today I'm going to go over the list of how we're gonna do that. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna have our system. So let's say we have X plus 3Y equals 17, and then we have negative X plus 2Y equals 8. Okay, so remember, these are two linear equations. If I was to graph them, they would be similar to this. Obviously, it's not these particular ones, but it would be something like this. And we're saying, where do these two lines meet, right? Where do they intersect? And then that is my solution. Okay, so yesterday, and with 5.2, we talked about substitution, where you had to have this X equals or Y equals. That's step one. That is not step one here with elimination. Elimination, step one, is you need to have them all in columns. Okay, so what that means is I need my X's lined up with my X's, my plus sign or minus sign, my Y's lined up with my Y's, my equal sign lined up with my equal sign, and my number lined up with my number. So see how they're in nice, neat columns. They have to match up, okay? What I mean is I can't have X equals 2Y plus 3 and then X plus Y equals 7. I can't have this. This is not lined up. Your X is not lined up with your X. Your equal sign is not equal, like it's not lined up, okay? So they have to be lined up when we're doing this. When we're doing this here. Okay, so they're all lined up. So now they're all in this column. So if they're not in a column like this, then I have to rearrange them. Okay, so that's our first thing. Then step two is you are going to try to eliminate one variable. That means I have to take it away. Okay, so this is going to look like one big addition problem. And I'm going to draw a line. When I look at my X column, I have a positive one and a negative one. What happens with a positive one and a negative one? They eliminate, right? So guess what? I eliminated the X variable. Now I'm going to add everything else together. So I have a 3 plus a 2, so I get 5Y. Bring down your equal sign. And then add my 17 plus my 8, and I get 25. Divide by 5, and Y equals 5. So step one, put everything in columns. It has to match. All your columns have to match. Step two, see if you can eliminate a variable. If you cannot, when you are adding, by just adding, right? Let me erase that. It's kind of sloppy there. You will need to multiply. And we're going to look at that in a minute. Okay, you will need to multiply. Then step three, solve for variable. Okay, so I'm going to move this up just a little. So remember, our solution is an ordered pair, right? We have an X and a Y. So I have my Y is 5. Now I have to find what is X. And we're going to do the same steps that we did with substitution. We are going to plug in step 3 solution into an original solution. So, plug in step solution into an original equation. And again, choose whatever is easiest. Either one of these are perfectly fine. So remember our two original equations was x plus 3y equals 17 and negative x plus 2y equals 8. So I'm going to take this y equals 5 and I'm going to plug it in to either one, because remember, it is a system that works together. So if x is a number in one equation, it is the number in the other, because we're saying where do they meet? And then I can plug it in the y then the same way. So I'm just going to choose this first equation right here. There's no particular reason. I'm just picking it. So we have x plus 3 times 5 equals 17. X plus 15 equals 17. Solve for x. So inverse of addition, right? So x equals 2. So my solution where these two lines meet is 2, 5. Okay, let's look at another equation. So let's look at 2x plus 3y equals 10 and negative 2x minus y equals negative 2. Sorry, I started to put 12. Let's do negative 2. Okay, so it's a system that works together. So we're using elimination, okay? It's just another way to solve. We've looked at graphing, we've looked at substitution, and now elimination. So step one is to make sure they're all in columns. Make sure your x's are lined up, your y's are lined up, your equal sign, and your numbers. They are, so check. So I'm gonna pretend this is like one big addition problem, okay? Now, step two, can I eliminate any one of these variables, x or y, just with addition? So when I look at my x, I have a positive 2 and a negative 2. Guess what? That cancels out and becomes 0, right? Because 0 times x is 0. So now I can add my y's and my numbers. Keep everything nice and neat. So I have a 3y minus 1y. So I get 2y equals 10 minus 2, which is 8. Divide by 2, and y equals 4. And now I'm going to plug y back into an original equation. Again, it doesn't matter which one. You just choose one. I'm just going to choose the top one. No particular reason. And I'm saying it's 4. Y is 4. So we have 2x plus 12. And we're just going to solve. So we have our inverse of addition, which is subtraction, negative 2. And x equals negative 1. So my solution is negative 1, 4. Remember, you have to write it as an ordered pair. Okay, so now let's look at what happens when I have one that is not lined up, right? Let's look at one that is not lined up. So let's say I have 4x plus 3y equals 6. And then I have negative x equals 3y plus 3. Again, we're solving using elimination. You could use substitution here if you wanted, but be very careful. I have a negative, so I would have to change all of that as well, okay? So you can't say x is this 3y plus 3 because it is not. It would be negative 3y minus 3, okay? So, but let's use elimination because that's what we're doing for right now. So remember, I have to have this all in columns. So I have an 4x and a y. So I'm going to bring my y over here. So I have 4x plus 3y equals 6. Then my x is here, so I'm going to keep my negative x underneath. I'm going to bring the positive 3y over, and I'm going to subtract the 3y equals 3. Now they're all in columns, right? Your x's line up, your y's line up, your equal sign. Again, see how this lines up? Nice and neat. Sorry, my lines are a little squiggly. And then I'm just going to look at this like one big addition problem. Okay, so can my 4 and my x, can that cancel out? No, because if I add those together, that becomes 4 and a negative 1, so that becomes 3x. What about my y's? Let's look at that. We have 3y and a negative 3y. Oh, that does cancel out and becomes 0y, and 0 times y is 0. So now I can add this together. So I have 3x, bring down my equal sign, and then I have 9. Divide by 3, and so x equals 3. Now I have part of my solution, right? I have x and y. So now I need to find y. Again, you can plug it into either one of the equations. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to choose the top one. We all know how to use this, right? So we're going to plug in the 3 for the x. Be very careful. Make sure you plug it into the right variable. Plus 3y equals 6. So we have 12 plus 3y equals 6. Subtract your 12, right? So we have 3y equals negative 6. Divide by 3. Anything divided by itself is. And we have y equals negative 2. And that is your solution, okay?